But you forgot to ask me the ultimate question, Bach or my mother, Marko Topchii? And in this case, I would say my mother.
Welcome everyone to the Augustine Strings Wind Up, second season. Today we have here the one and only Marko Topchii. Is this the right way to say it?
Almost.
How do you say it?
Marko Topchii.
That was very close.
You are a polyglot.
Topchii.
You're a polyglot.
Thank you.
Your enunciation is impeccable. I was just ducking with you.
So, New York City, what are you doing here? What are you here for?
I'm eating sushi. I came here for sushi.
Amazing.
I'm eating sushi every day. Fish is important. It's an important source of omegas. Eat fish.
And
your birthday tomorrow.
yes.
Yes, a very important event that I decided to attend. I'm close to the end of my tour, and I think the best idea would be to celebrate this birthday with you while I have free time.
I appreciate it.
And honoring that, of course, we decided to organize a concert at Carnegie Hall.
Amazing.
Whale Recital Hall.
And I'll be there with banner.
You know,
Marko, I love you.
a lot of good people and teams have brought themselves together to make this happen. The GFA, the Augustine Foundation. I don't know if you heard, but it's going to be a big thing.
I know.
Yeah, we're
Big
doing
party.
our best. We're doing our best. There's going to be a huge cake, layered cake, and I'm going to jump out of it. Yeah.
So, just for the context, March 27th, 2025. We don't know when people will be watching
It's
this episode.
2025?
2025 already. My birthday tomorrow. Today is March 26th. But yeah, Marko is in New York for the end of the GFA tour, playing. No, not the end, not the last concert, but one of the final
2025?
concerts.
Okay. Okay.
And Marko is here in New York, and we had to have him for an episode of the Augustine Strings Wind Up. Today, Marko will be changing to Augustine Strings Paragon Red. Why?
Paragon Red are my favorite. Well, first of all, I love red,
Okay.
which I almost never wear. Paragon. When I wrote to Augustine, I got a reply that we are mostly known for having invented nylon strings and everything, but I actually found the tone I was looking for in this very package. I played a competition. I played 3 rounds of a competition on the same set, which never happened before.
Wow.
And I was thinking, okay, it's kind of like becoming, I can hear that a little bit, that it's not like metally fresh towards the 3rd round. And I still kept them and it sounded wonderful. And actually, I like playing on older strings. I like older strings. I think that good things come with age. And they sometimes sound like a piano when they're old.
I don't know if you know exactly how this will work, but for each string that you choose, there will be a different topic.
Yeah.
So first string is an entree and introduction. Second string, beginnings.
Yes.
Third string, gear.
Gear.
Fourth string, dreams. Fifth string, audience questions. Sixth string, Edu's questions.
Edu's questions.
You're probably the guitarist who won most competitions in the
Well, I mean, I won
world history.
something.
How
I
many
won
did you win?
something in this life. Let's not brag about it. Let's
We're
just
gonna
like,
start changing
oh,
actually.
sure. First of all, I have to actually just like start like moving my fingers.
Yeah, okay.
This is what I normally try to do with the guitar. Because some people cut strings and I'm like, how do you cut such a precious thing? I mean,
I see you have many old strings there. You keep them all?
yes, I keep them all and I want to make a wig out of them. I actually wanted to make a wig for this particular event, but then I was like out of strings because actually I eat them as well. I make ramen with strings as well, yeah.
And for which concert are you doing
Very
the wig?
important piece of information. For which concert I'm
Yeah.
doing what?
When is the deadline to do the concert with the strings wig?
A wig? There's no deadline. It's an open source project. It's going to be just finished whenever it's done. But I wanted to do this. It's just like sometimes what you want to do is not what you're gonna do. Anyway, what's the first string about?
You won more than 100
All right,
awards.
that thing, of course.
Why do you take competitions?
Let me just say
You don't
something
need to
else.
answer. Yeah, you don't need to answer.
Let me just say something off topic again so that we distract you from that question again. I forgot about the question again.
No, and we decided I'm going to ask you the questions and you're not going to answer them. That's what we decided backstage.
How about dodging questions, actually? Can we turn this into a dodging question? Like softball dodging? Like,
What if you ask me the questions?
what if I ask you the questions? Like, why do you even associate competitions with me or me with competitions? What is it in me that tells you that I'm the right guy to ask about this?
You wouldn't associate you.
I don't
That's
think
what
so.
Wikipedia said.
I don't think
Did you
so.
edit your own Wikipedia?
I definitely invented my own CV. Half of these competitions that I write in my CV don't even exist. It's a known fact that you can
They
literally
sound
write
official.
anything you want on the internet. But I encourage everyone to fact check, and they will just like lose time on trying to find anything disingenuous, you know. But anyway, to talk about competitions, what about them? Yeah, there have
What
been
do
a
you mean to
lot.
talk
That was
about
my job.
competition?
That was my job. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I was employed. I was
Full-time
self-employed.
competitor.
Of course, I was self-employed. That's like my means of survival, and that is an ideal way to stay in your own country wherever you want to be. Not an ideal way, actually. When I think about things that I have gone through, I'm sometimes like, wow, that's good that it worked. But I mean, when you have to count on not failing financially and like because your future trips depend on that, it's not like it's not that I was terrified or like terrorizing myself, but it's a responsibility. Well, maybe I needed to teach myself a little bit.
Let's go to the second string. You told me why you're doing competitions. Why did you choose the guitar? You can go very deep, very far.
Because I cannot play clarinet.
Okay. What about piano?
I can play piano. And I wanted to play piano. When I was 16, I wanted to play piano. I wanted to switch.
Wait, but when did you start guitar?
I started when I was 4.
No.
It would have been better for everyone had I switched to piano, but not for the pianists.
That's why you play piano repertoire too.
Partially.
You like it better?
No, not necessarily. I just like difficult things, and I just like. I learned to appreciate guitar repertoire way more than I expected. It's not that I did not appreciate it, but I heard too many opinions on the fact that we don't have a Mozart on the guitar, we don't have a Beethoven on the guitar. You know what? We have Brouwer, Castano Tedesco, Ponce, and we have Antonio Jose and Rodrigo, and whoever I'm playing, Barrios, who I talk about as the like redefining, like a sort of like cultural reset, guitar cultural reset. We have so many idiomatic composers, that word, idiomatic. I would say not just unplayable on other instruments stuff. We have stuff that can sound so well only on the guitar. I heard Villa Lobos Etudes on the piano, or
Recuerdos de Alhambra on violin.
no problem. On harp, Aranjuez Concerto on harp as well. I actually, I'm okay with that. I'm very much okay with that. It's like exotic to say the least. It's actually sort of like, it's flattering to know that someone considers guitar repertoire worth playing, which is like not exactly from low self-esteem. It's more like a confirmation that someone finds this is a source of information. But actually, if to talk about like my gravitation towards piano repertoire, definitely my piano practices have enabled this search. On the other side, things that I used to play on the piano are not the things that I actually play on the guitar. I never play Bach on the piano, and I don't find it particularly enjoyable for myself, because in order to enjoy playing Bach, you really need to have a lot of, you need to be an octopus, but you have to be like a 10 tentacled octopus, basically. Not necessarily. Okay, octopus, actually, yes, of course. You like, by that I mean all these have to have brains, and this is how it's going to go well. Otherwise, I don't feel that I would particularly enjoy at this level that I play piano. I would probably enjoy playing Chopin's etudes or practicing them, endlessly practicing them, or Liszt's etudes, like reading them, and other things. I really love miniatures.
I actually want to talk to you about your guitar, the one you brought today, and outfits.
That's gear as well, of course.
Gear. It's
Hard
gear. It is. What is this guitar?
It's a beautiful beauty. This beautiful guitar is a Julian Daman guitar, the son of the legendary Matthias Daman. Julian is becoming pretty legendary himself, and I recently found out that he has like a 10-year waiting line for these instruments. It's a spruce model, because when he asked me what would I like for the material, because I have a cedar guitar from him, I was thinking, if I ask for a cedar guitar, I'm pretty sure that he improves drastically all the time, but at the same time I would still get a cedar guitar, a second cedar guitar. But I actually, since I got the cedar guitar, I was wondering, I couldn't help but wonder, what if? And I told myself that if I get a cedar guitar, I would forever keep wondering, And I got what I wanted, actually, because it looks like I have brain. And this brain told me that there's a certain frequency that spruce provides. I used to be suffering from spruce quite a lot, profusely, because my traditional style guitar in the past had a very sharp and bright tone. And on this guitar, this is ideal, because it helps pierce through the mellowness, the beautiful mellowness that it initially provides, that the Nomex double top construction provides. So a spruce option actually allowed me to cover certain frequencies that I so much craved, required, and dreamt of.
Is this your main guitar? The one you
This is
bring
my
everywhere?
main guitar. Yeah, I am very monogamous when it comes to performing. My main instrument is just one, but I am very free to play on other guitars at some concerts. It's not but I need to have one main instrument. Yeah.
Which other guitars you have?
I have a wonderful guitar by Felix Müller, and I have a guitar by Jim Redgate as well. I won the Jim Redgate at the Adelaide competition several years ago, probably 7, maybe. It sort of changed my life a lot because it was my first double top guitar. I came there just for the price. I never knew about the guitars. And then I had a choice between lattice and double top. I chose double top. I tested it on 3 girls. I asked them which sound they preferred more. And I tried to listen to myself play, tried to analyze whether I like it or not. And I was I made up my mind. And also statistically, I just checked how many mistakes I made on each of the guitar.
We talked about guitar. I want to hear about the outfit.
This is the most important string.
The G string.
The G string. Let's talk about this merch. Yeah, it's done in a collaboration with an extremely talented seamstress who is 70 years old in Ukraine, who does seams so well that sometimes I wear my clothes inside out, not even noticing that. And the print is made by, her name is Nadezhda Zamula.
Okay.
And
thank you for not asking me to pronounce it.
And I know, right? The designer of the print is Petro Zavasrad. I think this is his pseudonym. And he took a photo that I took of myself and glitched it. And actually he did a ghostly sort of print. I forgot, I don't think it's related, but I had a t-shirt from Margiela that had the door to their office, printed in a certain ghostly way. I really liked it because it was sort of ethereal, and it washed out really quickly after several washes. And this doesn't wear out, although I'm wearing a guitar lift, which is supposed to scratch the print. And of course, those who don't know, they would think that the print is scratched. Yeah, but I know where this touches, and it's untouched. After, I don't know how many concerts.
We're gonna talk about dreams. Are you a dreamer?
I'm definitely a dreamer, and the things that I dream about would be costume change.
What is a costume change for tomorrow? You have it already?
Yeah, of course. I have everything planned. First of all, it's going to be a chicken costume. No, first, I forgot what is it first, chicken or egg. Egg costume, and then chicken, because eggs, this issue with eggs.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Yeah, not everywhere. I recently bought 10 eggs for $11. I think I was in Denton, Texas, and I found eggs for $11. So everyone just go to Denton, Texas if you need.
Maybe they were way cheaper before.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Everything was cheaper before. Houses were cheaper before.
Where's your house?
If I could turn back time.
You were telling me, where's your house?
My house?
Yeah. Where are you based?
It's in here, actually. This whole tour is a big, how's it called? Journey and lesson. It's not a lesson. It's a big process of building your house in your head. And so that the roof never leaks,
But do you have a place a base?
Geneva, Switzerland is the place where I study and where I'm resident, and where I'm a protected citizen of Ukraine that is allowed to stay in a country and keep on working on what they have to work on. But also when you're on tour from September to May, it's sort of the lines are blurred. So I'm now living in many different places, and that's not a joke. I was not trying to just make up things. It's literally about creating a feeling of belonging wherever you are.
You like being on tours, or you feel, we were talking about this before, I want you to say it here.
As a kid, I made a wish of, no, it's not like I made a wish, but I think I wanted to be this musician, whatever it meant, because as a kid you have no concept sometimes, but maybe you have a concept actually, because it's like a very undefined thing, which gives a lot of possibilities, right? I had this wish of being a musician without having to do all that traveling stuff. I had no idea about traveling, but I didn't want to do it. Of course, I corrected my wish eventually. And I mean, I really learned how to, at first I did not allow myself to almost like sort of fluctuate a bit, although I was not entirely responsible and like not entirely focused on everything. Like you're not always focused on goals, but like, and sometimes you may be distracted even on purpose, even by the so-called universe or like reality. Some things can distract you and be your obstacles. So basically it does not mean that I was always focused, but I remember the times when I could not allow myself to like deviate, I would say, from what I came here for, or to a competition. And I was sort of like forcing myself to practice as much as I could, because normally I came unprepared. Normally I came realizing that I have been procrastinating at home. It's not like I came without having practiced at all, but it was like half-baked very often. My mom used to sort of like support me in saying that I can like twist mountains in like a couple of days, because this is basically what I had to do in order to like finalize certain results. There have been numerous times when I had to learn things in a week. First, it was very stressful because it was from pure confusion and pure just like distraction and sort of rejection and deflection. But then I realized that I can do this, and I started experimenting and making myself more flexible that way. But and also generally I started realizing that the more freedom I give myself during a trip, a business trip essentially, the more there's a chance that this could contribute to the actual results. So I sort of like learned how to rationalize and justify my own transgressions and make them seem like I'm making an investment. I'm losing time, but it's an investment. It's a time investment, not loss.
Yeah, I didn't think you were unprepared at all.
I was unprepared so many
Not
times.
in the GFA.
So many times I was unprepared completely. Plus GFA, I was 2 years ago, I was practicing on the rooftop of the living building where I stayed for like a week. I came a week before because I knew that on the other GFAs that I came to, normally when I travel to Asia, I feel fine. When I travel to the States, which means West, I for some reason feel weaker. It's not exactly time zones, because I don't really have a defined concept. I don't really have this, I can sleep whenever. But like when it comes to like the general physical feeling, I have witnessed many times that I'm not as strong as I would like to be. And they say sometimes if you're traveling somewhere far, when the time zones are different, you better either come like almost like a night before when you have not tried to even adapt yet, or like a week before to actually give yourself time. So for some reason, spontaneously, I decided that I will fly to New York a week before.
Moving to the fifth string, but I still have a question. What is the lifestyle when you're competing? Water, a lot of water.
Lifestyle, water? Where?
I saw you bringing like liters of water.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember that either.
You had like...
Oh, yeah. I think water is important, of course. I bring water on stage. There was one GFA split finals when they have done split finals in Los Angeles and Brussels, and people were genuinely curious about what I had in my glass, because I was given a fancy glass. It was water. And whatever was in that water is history. So basically, I need hydration because, we are athletes, we are performers, we breathe just like everyone else, if not more. So basically, and there was actually one time, a long time ago in Europe, where I wanted to bring a thermal flask with liquid on a competition. And just like the TSA, they said no liquids. And I was like, okay, sure. I just experienced before at a competition, I experienced a sugar drop, blood sugar drop. I never knew what it was, but basically the round was very, very difficult. And I started making mistakes eventually because the first part of my program was crazy. And it consisted of a lot of revitalized pieces that I played before, but I had like a week to just like Sonata Eroica, whatever, all that stuff. I don't remember exactly what I played, but it was crazy. Plus on top of that, like some new stuff that I learned in a week, but that could have been another round. But basically I started making mistakes shortly after. Excused myself, went backstage thinking that I need water, but then I saw a chocolate and I stuffed that chocolate in my face and I could barely chew, but I still I realized that I need this. And I went back on stage and played stuff that was more difficult than the stuff that I played, in the first half of my round, which basically you excuse yourself backstage during a competition performance. But anyway, I needed that because I felt genuinely in trouble. I thought I needed water, I needed sugar, and ever since I tried to keep my blood sugar sort of at a decent level during a performance, but I at least need water during a performance.
For this string, I actually have an audience question. If you and Charlie XCX made a song together, what would it be called?
G-string.
Can you actually tell our friends watching the Augustine Strings channel who Charlie XCX is?
Charlie XCX is a modern icon, and the next GFA winner, Leonel Alejandro, has recently also educated me on how Charlie and other creators, music creators, were really famous on Tumblr, because I never used really Tumblr, and basically which opened my eyes towards not just the phenomenon of social media, but basically of how someone can be actually popular on a certain platform. Because I normally would think that there is a certain wide type of popularity, you know what I mean? In the physical realm, and then the social media are the reflections of that level of, realization. Not to deny the fact that people establish themselves through social media. I would say that I found out where she started from, more or less. And I can educate people, but they have to self-educate, just like I had to self-educate myself. Basically, to me, Charlie XCX was a major topic of my research, I would say, for a while, because I didn't really understand why does this music sound like it's written for 13-year-old girls, and then 30-year-old boys are obsessed about it. And this is something that I had to examine, and I examined it on myself. I put those sound waves synchronized them with my brain waves, and suddenly she also made a couple of top fives of my apparently of tracks that I listened throughout the year, maybe during summer, which is not exactly a compliment, but definitely a interesting, I would say, turn of events. And I would say that whatever I initially don't understand sometimes can actually grow into me a little bit more effectively. It's not the only person that I listen to. And by the way, where did the question even come from? Why do people want to ask this question? Because I'm Brad Summers on Instagram?
Sam Wilson guitar.
Okay, well, thank you, Sam Wilson guitar.
When you did the GFA finals, I was backstage, and I remember listening to you were in the room preparing, and you were listening to
I was into lots of stuff.
Yeah. You always do this before concerts or only before competition?
Baltimore Guitar Competition a couple of years ago, the organizer, when he was calling me, when he was opening the doors, he would listen to very, very loud Portishead. Very, 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 very loud trip hop while I was just playing guitar. I don't know, it's fun. It's actually, I can rationalize this. I can say, well, this music is distracting. You are not able to fully focus. So in a way, it's a hyper task. Remember Glenn Gould? He used to TV, vacuum cleaner, whatever. Think that way. Just creating extra environmental noise. Well, actually, a year ago when I was competing in Norway, I helped myself. I was warming up on my guitar with my bone conduction headphones, listening to the finals of the GFA while I was warming up for my own competitions that I was about to play at in 20 minutes. And that was a major distracting force, which helped me, just focus and just learn how to separate my own voice from the environmental, which does not mean that the GFA finals were an environmental noise. Disclaimer. We did not the opinions expressed here in this interview are purely subjective, and they have absolutely nothing to do with objective reality.
I want to find out who is your favorite composer. You have to play it, okay?
Oh yeah.
You don't have any choice. I'm so sorry.
I have to do what?
Yeah. So I'll ask
I have to play.
Brouwer or Poulenc, and you have to choose one.
Okay.
And then the next is
sure.
winner against the next.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's start with the one you mentioned before. Jose or Brouwer? Don't think too much.
Brouwer.
Brouwer. Brouwer or Poulenc?
Brouwer.
Brouwer or Dowland?
Dowland.
Dowland or Barrios?
Barrios.
Barrios or Ponce?
Barrios.
Barrios or Tedesco?
Barrios.
Barrios or Hollandian?
Barrios.
Barrios or Tárrega?
Barrios.
Barrios or Rodrigo?
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo or Bach?
Bach.
Okay, final answer, Bach. Why? Now you can... Why Bach is your favorite composer?
Logic. He's the most challenging, although Rodrigo is extremely challenging, considered very inconvenient, but I like Rodrigo's inconveniences. And I eat them for breakfast. No, for lunch. No, for dinner. But my diet consisted from these difficulties. And yeah, those are different monsters. We're discussing, it's impossible. Who do you like more, daddy or mommy?
Hey.
But basically,
You have to play the game, of course.
even the fact that I said Barrios several times in a row was just like, it does not mean. But I had to make a choice
Exactly.
based on something that I have in my mind. For example, Dowland. I really love the chromatic fantasy that I've performed, but I don't exactly like major Dowland. I love minor Dowland. But Dowland is not all minor, you know? And he's not always chromatic. You know what I
see.
mean?
Yeah.
So with Bach as well, I'm looking for hits. I'm looking for something that like makes me really being obsessed about this. And I can find a lot of things that I can be obsessed in Bach. I have plans, intentions, desires, cravings, ambitions, ideas, and fears as well, concerns, and even hesitations. And they all probably rotate around that composer as well. But you forgot to ask me the ultimate question, Bach or my mother, Marko Topchii. And in this case, I would say my mother, because I play my mother's music as well.
Ooh.
And that makes so much more sense to me.
Wow. What is it? Piece?
She,
the name?
well, the piece, she called it Ground, G round. That's her decision. And she came from the classical pianistic background. And she was always a composer in different ways, in different, I would say, form factors. Used to be a pop composer really a lot, but at the same time wrote quite a lot of instrumental music. Totally did not expect me to make the arrangement of this piece, and it's not a guitar piece at all. And she recorded it on the piano, not like a solo piece. It was not her intention to make it just like in one take and all that stuff. It was a track. And I just loved it so much. And I never thought about making an arrangement of it, but eventually I just got used to, I just like, these ideas just pop in your mind. So I made an arrangement, extremely difficult, but very, I place it very strategically in places where people would appreciate and have time to appreciate this music. And I have received a lot of feedback that I immediately forward to her to support her in these challenging, but at the same time, I would say responsible times. Yeah, so my mother.
Nice. Are you playing tomorrow?
Of course.
Yes. Cool.
Is that a question?
Yeah, that was my last question.
Oh, are we out of questions? Well,
Do you have a question for me?
well, yeah, I do have a question for you. How do you manage to be so tasteful? I love your choices.
Thank you, I
The
appreciate it.
hoodie is amazing, though.
You'll get one.
I mean, Augustine is amazing. Do I get a pink hoodie from Augustine?
Yes.
Okay, I have reached the pinnacle of my evolution, and I am going to be wearing it with pride. Thank you, Augustine.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for one more episode of the Augustine Strings Wind Up, Marko. Thank you. Finally, we had Marko here. I was waiting for this moment for so long.
I was waiting for this moment
I know.
longer than you were. Longer than this
we were
project
always
even
feeling like,
existed.
We made it. It's here.
I'm going to shake this jacket off myself.
Follow Augustine Strings. Hit
Play Augustine strings.
play Augustine Strings. Change your strings. Don't play. Oh, actually, you like playing in old strings. Play on new strings. Don't follow Marko's advice on that.
It's not advice.
Hit the subscribe button on YouTube to keep watching the episodes of the Augustine Strings Wind Up.